So, I have a different scenery today. I'm outside on my balcony and I'm a little under the weather, so I hope you forgive me. This will be a short video, but I wanted to come on here and do part two of the book review for Inner Work by Robert E. Johnson. So, in the first part, I was discussing dream work. Inner work is basically a book about understanding your subconscious more. Our subconscious is a very big force of energy within us, and our conscious mind and our ego is just a small portion of our personality. To understand the subconscious and to get down deep into, all of those inner conflicts that we kind of have within ourselves and resolving them and understanding who we are a little bit better. That is, what the book seeks to teach you how to do through dream work and through active imagination. And I'm going to discuss active imagination today. So, with active imagination, it's basically a way for your conscious mind, your ego, to communicate with your subconscious mind via a story or a fantasy. We often daydream a lot of the times. Daydreaming is kind of the one lesser than it would be to have like active imagination and to really engage in what your imagination is trying to tell you. So, your imagination is a way that your subconscious plays out a story in its head. And a lot of times, your imagination can tell you things about yourself that you wouldn't know. But how do you actually engage in that type of way with your fantasy and, get those answers that you're really looking for? Now, I will say one of the caveats that he has in the book that I'll, relay over to you is that active imagination can become very intense because you are kind of engaging in this fantasy world. So, unless you are with a therapist or a layperson who is really you know, they understand active imagination and they can kind of pull you out of the fantasy, then it is, recommended that you don't just try and engage by yourself. So use this with caution, but I will relay the information that I've gotten from the book. So with active imagination, what you're going to do is when you are, in this fantasy imagined world, you are going to step into it with your conscious mind. And how you're going to do that is by writing down what is going on in the fantasy. So write down, what's happening in the fantasy, and you start asking yourself questions. So, in another one of my videos, I discussed one, how important journaling and writing something down is because then you can actually see it on a paper. And I also discussed reflection and how you can ask yourself questions without the expectation of an answer, but actually ask, what are you doing, or what are you resisting, or what are you feeling, or why are you doing this? Ask it in the second person and wait for your subconscious mind to respond, and it does. And when you're writing it down, you can do something like have E for ego and write down what you say, and then whoever the person is within your fantasy, you can have a name for them, you can have a characteristic for them, and you can write down who they are and you can write down what they say. And just communicating in that type of way and engaging with who it is within you, that is actually how the magic kind of happens, and you can surprise yourself by the answers that you get. And what they also say in the book is that sometimes it will just feel like, what if I'm just talking to myself? What if I don't have anything to say? Or what if I don't get any answer? Or, how do I know it's not my super ego talking to me? But the thing of it is, it's all within your mind and it is all a part of you. And just understanding that on a deeper way through active imagination does help you still to get yourself. And you are kind of talking to yourself in a way, but if you ask yourself with curiosity and actually, accept the answer and your emotions are involved in it, then you can actually learn a lot about yourself that you didn't know already. So I am like still, finishing off the book. He has a lot of examples of active imagination within the book, so I'm just going through those. But I just wanted to give you the basics of how you can go ahead and do it if you're interested in it, or if you have like a therapist that you go to. If it's something that you are interested in, you can discuss it with them. It's a Carl Jung. Carl Jung is like a well known psychologist. So, Carl Jung, familiar therapists will probably be familiar with active imagination. So, if you're interested in that, go ahead and ask about it so that they can kind of help guide you through that practice. But I did want to bring it to you and to your attention so that you have another way to understand yourself and maybe get something from yourself that you didn't even realize was inside of you. I hope you like this video. I'm sorry it was shorter, and I'm sorry that I was under the weather, but I want you to have a very good day today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.